Aloysius. Some of you may get that American Primitive John Fahey reference. For those of you who don't, it will be very easy to look it up and figure it out. So Aloysius, we're going to continue to work our A finger. This pattern this time is going to be P-I-A-I, so thumb, index, ring, index. Eighth notes in 4, 2 bass notes per measure. So the practice arpeggio sounds like this. So Aloysius is basically a blues, and I'm trying to kind of keep the instruction to a minimal here, just providing some sounds and visuals for students, for folks who have bought the book. However, I do want to just talk a little bit about, organizing ideas and basing it on harmony. In this case, if you just think of the lowest note, I mentioned this in one of the earlier videos, of these arpeggio patterns I'm about to play for the song, you can kind of keep track of the different types of chords. So essentially it's a blues in A, and so you've got an A, a D, and an E. And it doesn't necessarily matter like what type of A, what type of D, what type of E. If you can organize the ideas with the pattern and the bass, you'll just keep track of the form, the structure, the progression, and it's just going to be easier to memorize. And memorization is a big deal for me, and I talk to students about it all the time, and I want people to think about memorization maybe differently than they're used to, which is sort of a front end instead of a back end. I like to get things memorized right away, even if I can't totally play them, then I can start practicing. And so even if you memorize something short term within like just a practice session, and then the next day you've forgotten it, you've still helped develop that memorization trigger in your mind, which will then build and build and build, and it'll become part of your technical development as you do a tune. If you wait till the end, and you almost have to relearn the tune. So even though I'm a big proponent of reading, I am much more a proponent of like not having to look at any paper at all, and just being able to have everything memorized. Development of pieces usually are just long-term and never-ending. You just are going to constantly be working on a piece. And so if you get it off the paper, you can just play it, you can work it out, you kind of make decisions without really worrying about, like, the tyranny of the arrangement. So anyhow, this is Aloysius.